Alright guys, so I played ABC at a recent box tournament around here at a game store. It's called Kerwan's Game Store in Catskill, New York. It's pretty lit. It has no Yelp reviews, so hit that up. And I took out ABC and I literally went undefeated the whole day. I 2-0'd everything I played, and I won this horrible box.
Yeah,
Yes.
we pulled really bad. We pulled Zark.
I pulled Zark and Ultimate
The garbage.
Polymerization. I pulled the garbage. I played ABC for the event. Everyone got super salty when I 2-0'd them. It was kind of depressing because I'm super sick of making people salty. I didn't play any Ash or Droll. And my matchups were Pendulum Magicians, Trickstars, and Burning Abyss. No Spiral because no one apparently is playing it around here because everyone likes Pendulum Magician better for
Yeah, our
some
locals
stupid
are
reason.
addicted to that.
Yeah, it's retarded. So mainly I don't really side heavily for that matchup, but it's something I probably should do. I do have side deck cards for it, but it's not I'm not siding 15 cards just for it. But, there was only one Spiral player there, but I'll get right into the deck list. It's a little weird, and there are cards I probably would change, so I'm just gonna go over that as I go. For the monsters, 3A, 3B, and 3C. I know there are a few people who don't think you should play 3 of everyone, just 2 A's and 2 C's and 3B of only, because he searches them all. But really, you should be playing 3, especially because I'm playing Pot of Desires. If I don't want to banish all of them, and I hit 2 of one name all the time, so I just really don't want to lose them all, because then you lose. Because if you lose Buster, you lose Yu-Gi-Oh games, and they're all really good. Honestly, the most broken part about these guys is if you link, you get their effects, and if you synchro with them, you also get their effects, which makes another card in my deck super broken, which you guys probably know. But there was the only thing is with C, you have to be kind of careful with him, because you have to have a target in hand to activate his effect, and people will try to shark you on that. Some guy tried to shark me on it, even though I had the target. People just shark you on it. It's retarded. But yeah, these are the 3 monsters I play, and in my opinion, I think Lynx made this deck insanely better. It just turned out I feel like it used to be an OTK-ish deck, but now not an OTK. I'm so sorry I said that. It used to be a control deck, and now it's just more of a flat out OTK. And I'm gonna put big monsters on the board that you really can't get over. Once you get Buster going, it's really hard to just lose. But that's it for those guys. For the supporting cast, I played 2 gold, 2 silver, 3 Thrasher. The Thrashers are the only thing I'd think about cutting. The reason I played this card is I felt like it worked really well with this card, Destrudo. This card's really good in the deck. It's insane. If you open Ravine, or Union Hanger and this card, or just A in this card, it's instant Decode Talker and Buster. This card is just insane for 2-card combos, and I probably should be playing just 3 of this and 3 Ravine instead of these Thrashers. But I really do like Thrasher in the deck. I feel like it's just a really decent monster that I can search with Rhoda, and it's good. It's a good card to discard with Buster. They can't max C this also, which I know max C's at 1, but people max C me all the time at our locals. It's kind of ridiculous. So I just think it's a good card. It's at 2100 too, so I don't know. It also doesn't waste my normal summon, so I just think the card's pretty good. And on top of this card, I'm also playing Dark Worm. I never used this card once the whole day. I put it in my graveyard a bunch of times, but I never summoned it. I was kind of disappointed because I really like the card, and I just picked it up before the event. It just didn't really make a difference. I've been playing the deck for 3 weeks without it. It's been doing fine, but it is a card you could have, and it's really at first I was really worried about drawing this because it's a normal summon. But then I realized I could just discard it with Buster, and that's why I also play these, because they don't waste my normal summon like this does. And that's it for the supporting cards. And this is probably the most expensive part of the main deck besides the trap lineup. 2 Ghost Ogre and 1 Max C. These are the hand traps I decided to play. They're the only ones I have. The only ones I'd probably also play would be Veiler, because they're also the only ones I have. But if I had Ash, I would be playing them. But like I said, we're not going to really do that in this deck list, but on this channel. But I only played 2 Ghost Ogre and Maxi. This card was really good against Pendulum Magicians all day. Just hitting the spell card that searches. They get really salty when you do that, apparently. And then this card I drew, but I only activated it once. So yeah, that's it for the hand traps. For the spells, I'm playing 3 Union Hanger. Obviously, it's the best card in the deck almost. And Dragon's Ravine. This card's also insane to just dump Destrudo to the grave and basically
Destrudo combo with Ancient
Fairy. It's ridiculous. And to get to all this stuff, you're playing, of course, 3 Terraforming, because it's probably one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Just being able to search your field spells. The game is so based on field spells right now. It's actually ridiculous. I never thought field spells would be that big of a part of the game, and like they are now. And then for other spells, I'm playing 2 Twin Twister. This card was really good all day. My favorite part of the day, honestly, against the Pendulum Magician player was when he went to set up his scales. He put 2 Wisdom Eye Magicians here, and I Twin Twisted them both. He just scooped immediately. It was the best part all day. Like, this card's also good because it gets pieces to grave, and if you have, like, a C equipped to an A, but no way to get the C to the grave to summon your B from hand, you can do this to your C and summon the B from hand, make a Diamond Direwolf, pop something, and make Buster. So this card is just all in all a really solid card for the deck. Then I'm playing 2 Desires because I need to draw cards because I do open pretty bad hands sometimes, and this usually helps. I mean, sometimes I actually got the most unlucky banish I've ever had. I had yesterday was I banished 2 Union Hangers, and Dragon Ravine and Destrudo and Darkroom were still in deck, so that kind of sucked, but I still won that game because I never lost. And then I played Rhoda to search out the Thrashers. That's it. Like, it's like if you want to cut the Thrashers for something else, there's the 4 cards. You can just cut the 3 Thrashers and the Rhoda. So, and then I played Raigeki. I know a lot of people don't play this card, but I just think the card is really good. I mean, a lot of people make Baguska, so this card just outs Baguska. Like against my last matchup was Pendulum Magicians. He made Baguska. I never activated the card, but I had it in hand, so I just wasn't afraid of Baguska the whole match. And then I played 2 back to the fronts for the traps. I used to play this at 3 because I love this card in the deck, because you can tribute Buster in their end phase, summon your guys back, and then bring this back off this in the end phase of the turn too. And you'll have basically 2 Busters, because this doesn't go in your extra deck zone since it's summoned back from the graveyard. You just summon it in your monster zone. It's retarded. It's the best. This is honestly probably my favorite card in the deck, just for bringing back Buster from the graveyard. Because especially since Emerald's gone, I just wanted a way to get my Busters back, and I think this card is amazing. Then I'm playing 2 Strikes, Warning, and Imperial Order. Game 1, or so I think I won like almost every die roll that day, and game 1 I had these in. I'm actually starting to hate this card because I keep losing games to it, but with it because I burned myself. But I sided all these out going second every game 2, so I never actually resolved any of these cards yesterday, which was ridiculous because usually I resolve these cards to win certain games, but I just sided them all out going second for other cards that were better going second. Like when I get to my side deck, I'll show you. But these cards were just didn't perform well. But like that's because I sided them all out and never went to game 3. So they have performed well for me in the past though. So like I wouldn't think of cutting them yet. The extra deck is pretty basic. Standard. Yeah, 3 Busters.
No explanation.
And then, really, 2 Decode Talker and 2 Proxy for the Destrudo combo. You need 2 of each of these, really. You need 2 because you're going to do stuff like this more than once. When Clifford Genius comes out, though, you can probably cut the Proxies. I mean, you can almost definitely cut the Proxies when Genius comes out in like 2 years. And then for the Synchros, I was playing Black Rose and Ancient Fairy. Never made this, haven't made this once. I'm actually thinking of cutting it for Tornado Dragon, but me and him don't have Tornado Dragon. He actually lost a game because of it, so...
that was sad.
But I haven't made this. I made it once in like testing, and it was really good when I made it. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll make it, and I just haven't made it yet. And like the extra deck is just so tight on space, I've been thinking of cutting it, because like really the Ancient Fairy is the only thing I really make. For Exceeds, I play these.
The package?
This package. Because... it's actually really good against Trickstars because they can't out this card without like the Lilybell loop or Honest, and usually I'll be able to stop Lilybell from doing shit, and they just can't get over that because they can't Honest it if they play Honest, or like if you just put this on the board, it's really hard for them to get over. Like it's just hard for that deck to get over big monsters. So like Buster is also really good against them, and yeah, I actually got Droll Reincarnated, and I still won that game, which was ridiculous, but yeah. And then Sook, because
Brick hands,
I just get more cards engrave. This because it's skill drain. And then these 2 because I don't like bad cards that hurt me. This is actually really good. The Pendulum Magician players misplayed like a boss against me. I summoned this to pop his back row because I thought it was the trap, and it was in my extra zone. So I was like, oh crap, I can't summon Buster. And I was like, wait, he has Baguska on his board in attack mode. So I was like, all right, crashed, summon Buster. Banish your shit, and and then he lost, and he was really salty. He wouldn't even shake my hand after the game. A lot of people do that, which is kind of annoying. But that's the extra deck, 15 cards, whatever. And then for the side deck, this is horrible, I'm sorry. 2 of this guy, because he's the only kaiju I own. I'm not paying $9 for a freaking Gamma Seal. I'm sorry, I'm not. But he gets the job done really well, especially when you're playing against Spirals and your opponent lets you draw 20 cards. And yeah, it's a pretty good card. But mainly this is for Spirals, Sleepers. It's the only thing I really side him in for. I don't know what else I'd really side it in against, except like maybe Paleo to get rid of Toad. But I sided in against Burning Abyss just to like be like, oh, this isn't a Burning Abyss monster, so if I put it on their board, they can't like summon anything. And I never drew it, and I realized it was actually a horrible idea, and I probably never should have done it, but I didn't draw it, so it didn't matter. And then I'm playing a really bad engine, but I don't have Ash, so I'm playing 3 Gammas, Driver, and the Omega to go with them. But in the side deck, these cards were just for going second, really. Usually, unless I know my opponent's playing Ash. If I know my opponent's playing Ash, I'll side these in going first, because if they Ash a Union Hanger, you win the game, pretty much. Because they're going to be playing with 3 cards, and you're going to have Buster and Decode Talker, and this guy coming back. So, like, Buster, Decode Talker, and this is game. Like, Buster, Decode Talker, and a Gold Gadget is exactly 8k damage, so that's pretty lit. But, like, I also sided these going second against Magicians and Trickstars, because my whole idea was to try and negate Joker and Candina with it, but I never drew it all day, so it sucks. So you don't have to play this card, guys. I know this card's expensive, and you guys probably won't want to play it, so you don't have to. Just side something else. But I sided it, and I never drew it, so...
Side Veilers.
Yeah, Veiler, it's better. Dark Hole, for what I was trying to do anyway. Dark Hole, because... yeah, it's Dark Hole. Against, like, decks that put up a lot of monsters. Just Dark Hole. I play one of this. It used to be 3 MSTs, but then I got this from the structure deck, so I'm playing it. This card I think is really good against the Pendulum Magician matchup.
Or the Mirror.
Yeah, or the Mirror. But I never play the Mirror because no one else plays this deck. But the reason being is because the Trap card is the only reason I ever lose to Pendulum Magicians. So I would board in MSTs, so I would see a Twin Twister and MST more consistently than I would normally. And once I just MST the Trap card, they lose because they can't do anything, because like that's most of the Pendulum players that are like, I know some of them are good and like they don't insta lose because of it, but most of like a lot of them really struggle if they don't have the Trap card, because like the Trap card's the only reason I've ever lost to that deck, really, or misplaying on my own part.
Cherries.
Yeah, or cherries. Yeah, this is actually for stopping cherries. I'm pretty sure it works because like when they banish all 3 of your busters, you just activate this, put them back in the deck, draw a card. It's stupid. Like. No one was. I never saw cherries, so I never got to board it in. But a lot of people have put cherries in the sideboard now, so they're not maining it, and even fewer people are playing it now because Spirals are not played around here at all. So yeah, but that's what it was for. I never boarded this in once. 2 Storming. This was for Rogue and Spiral. Never sided in. Never played Spiral. Never played Rogue. Never went second. Or I never went first. Sorry. And then the last card was Anti-Spell for Pendulum Magician, because it's a Pendulum deck, and Anti-Spell usually wins. As long as they don't have the purple poison to add it, it's really good. So, that's why you play it. Going first, though, not second, because it's really bad if they have established Pendulums. But I never sided in, because I never went second and never went first game, too. So, that's how you're good at Yu-Gi-Oh!, okay, guys? Alright, so that's the deck. It's pretty good. I liked it a lot. I think it performs really well. I like the deck. I just like what it does. Summoning Buster, which is not a scrap dragon, but it's like a banished card on either player's turn, is pretty stupid and broken. And the fact that you can tag out for those 3 back, I think is even more broken in just OTK potential. It's like actually like I had 4 monsters, 4 A, B, or C's with a Decode Talker and a Buster, and I was like, the Pendulum Magician player had nothing because I got rid of all his cards, and I was like, he wasn't scooping, so I was like, unless there's some Battle Fader I don't know about, fam, you lost. But yeah, I won the box. I pulled shit. Went undefeated. Fun time. Good Yu-Gi-Ohs. Made a lot of people salty too, which is kind of disappointing. So a lot of people just get salty when they lose to a deck that cost me like $30 to make when they spent a lot more on their deck. So yeah, that's it for this deck list, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think of it down in the comment section below, and feel free to try it out on Dueling Book or at your own locals. That's pretty much what this profile is for. So yeah, thanks for watching, and Rogue Scrubs or whatever. Bye bye.